Hello and welcome back. This is of course Wanado of another Stein World tutorial. Today we are going to be covering wave dungeons, what they are, where to find them, and how they work. So we'll get right into things here. There are currently 3 wave dungeons in Stein World. If you're watching this, it's most likely because you're interested in Cygluln Chamber, which is the first wave dungeon. It's level 10 and it's located in Deep Brim Forest. To be able to get to Deep Brim Forest, you will need to go through Cygluln Path, which you can find by going around the old farm as I have shown here. The second wave dungeon you'll find is in the Tier 2 area, Rocky Passage, and it's the level 20 Abandoned Cemetery, and it can be found, funnily enough, in the Abandoned Cemetery zone. The third and final wave dungeon can be found in the Tier 3 area of the Waldenbach Shire, and this is Windsor Hold, which once again can be found in the Windsor Hold zone. Each party member who wants to take part in the dungeon will need a key to be able to access the dungeon. For the Cygluln Chamber, you can get the keys by killing Cygluln Keepers in Cygluln Path. It's not a guaranteed drop, but after killing a couple of them, you will eventually get one of them to drop. For the Abandoned Cemetery, you will need to kill the Skeleton Guards outside the cemetery. Once again, it isn't a guaranteed drop, but it will happen. And finally, Windsor Hold, you have to kill the Windsor Hold warriors, which you can find outside of Windsor Hold itself. The other option is that these keys are tradable, and so you can ask in chat or find someone who is happy to sell you one. Each dungeon allows a party size of up to a maximum of 5 players, and each player will need their own separate key. It should be noted that although the number of monsters doesn't increase with a larger party size, the strength of the monsters do, so they become 70% stronger with each additional party member. Once in the dungeon, if you leave at any time, you'll end your current run. To start the waves coming, interact with the exclamation mark in the centre of the arena. What this object actually is varies from dungeon to dungeon, and this will start the timer to begin the first wave. Once you've started the dungeon, the monsters will come at you in waves with a 15-second break between each wave. As you progress your way through the waves, the monsters will increase in strength. The amount that this happens varies from wave dungeon to wave dungeon. For Cygluln Chamber, this is an increase of 2% per wave. For Windsor Hold, this is an increase of 5%. But essentially, the further you get, the harder it will become. Every 5th wave, there will be a boss round, and that will be the only enemy that you face that wave. They'll have significantly higher hit points and a higher damage output compared to the other enemies that you have been fighting. For Cygluln Chamber and an Abandoned Cemetery, there are 2 bosses that alternate every 5 waves, and for the Windsor Hold, there are 4 bosses that you could face every 5th wave. The aim of the game is to get as far as possible. This will increase the chance of getting good loot from the dungeon, but also rank you on the high scores. Although there are infinite waves, the drop chance for rare items maxes out at about wave 120. Although if you're making it to wave 120, you likely don't need this tutorial. If you're going it alone, unfortunately, when you die, your run ends. You're in luck if you're in a group. If you die and the party is still fighting, and they can successfully clear the current wave that you're on, then you'll respawn to fight another day. However, if all party members die in the same wave, then your run will end. Once the run has ended, you'll be able to claim your rewards. Make sure you click claim if you want the items. In the past I've clicked the little cross in the top right and lost the spoils of my efforts. The items levels will be in line with the dungeon level, so level 10 for Cygluln and so on. If you went with a party, each member will get their own set of rewards, and you can view a full list of the rewards on the wiki page. There are some pretty good items there, so these dungeons are definitely worth doing. And that is about it. Do let me know how far you can make it in each of these dungeons, and of course let me know if you have any questions. That'll do it for today. Do check out my other tutorials and Let's Plays. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.